Всім привіт, сьогодні буде Sherlock Holmes. І так.
No traces of blood on her clothes. Must have got on her white overcoat. The pencil is buried deep all the way to the brain. Instant death. The patients here wear the same robes. Heidi, how did it end up here?
Интересное питание.
You're right, Watson.
I had nothing to do with this, Holmes, I swear.
Where our case goes next.
Так, Новий Орліан. Собственно, кілька доказів ведуть, що до Нового Орліана, схоже, викрадач заручився підтримкою банкового дому. Ясно.
We've got what we needed, Watson. This conspiracy reaches further than we thought. I don't suppose you've ever been to New Orleans?
You are joking.
I seldom do. Let's go. There's no time to waste. There's nothing in this world that cannot be explained with logic and reason. Nothing in this world.
Holmes? You seem troubled.
I'm not troubled, Watson. I am preoccupied.
That place was awful. Inhumane. It would be natural to experience some feelings of shock or fear.
Men reduced to gibbering imbeciles, numb beyond recognition, powerless to help themselves. When a doctor does go wrong, they are the first of criminals. They have the nerve and they have the knowledge.
That woman did not deserve the title. Such casual cruelty for such selfish aims.
I knew another man like that once. He treated my mother, perhaps even killed her, depending on who you ask.
My sincere condolences.
In the end, she was just a shadow of herself. The outline of the person I recognized, but lacking all else. She was pushed until she cracked. Should you see me cracking, John, I must ask you to intervene.
Nothing compels us to pursue this matter further, Sherlock. We can return to London, report what we have discovered. Let more capable hands take over.
Alas, there are no such hands. Were we to abandon our quest now, I fear no other would succeed in our stead.
We know nothing of what awaits, what dangers lurk in the darkness.
Nonsense. We draw nearer to New Orleans with every passing minute, and thus closer to the answers we seek.
So be it.
I know you to be a diligent author, but if I may make one request. Kindly omit my mother and her suffering from your tale.
Of course.
Thank you, John.
Глава 4. Новосторонний. Новый Орлеан. Хорошо.
After our trip to Switzerland, I can certainly use some of this new world heat.
Do not get carried away, Watson. What we could certainly use are answers to my questions.
I know, but you look exhausted. Why didn't we find the hotel first?
We shall rest when our investigation is over, and not a moment sooner. I shall ask you to handle our bags while I search for the bank.
As you wish. Oi! Stop it, you! Our luggage! Good Lord, what have you done? That's my stuff.
I'm sorry, mister. It was an accident.
У банковському домі Грея відбувається закритий аукціон чорних опалів. Банк не розголошує походження цих рідкісних самоцвітів. Утім, представляється банку пані Зої Клемани підтвердила автентичність кожного з коштовного каменя. Ілі камнів, в принципі.
Our ship leaves tomorrow morning. No room for sightseeing then. Black opals being auctioned at the banking house of E.W. Gray. More people missing here, too.
Сунь Тао, 34 роки, пропав. Останнє бачили в китайському кварталі Нового Орліана. Ясно. Велодрань.
Got a spot in mind.
Actually, I'm not sure yet.
Mr. Frank Barnaby, right? Auction's about to start.
Ворожиться. Так. Захована бульварна проса. В кишені щось лежить. Критично мислить. Дурень. І ще хтось там ще. Ні, скоріше, навірно, хай буде це.
In the flesh. Now, if you'll excuse me,
Well, hold up. Written invitation first.
can I present another piece of identification?
Nope. That's why we send the invitation.
От хитрожопої гусі, блядь.
Any luck?
None. They're holding an auction, invitation only. The good news is, I know who might have one. We need to find Mr. Barnaby.
Who?
Frank Barnaby, most likely a local.
And you think Mr. Barnaby would be happy to share his invitation?
Let us first find him, then we can see if he is the generous type.
How marvelous, Holmes. A city within a city.
Indeed, those lanterns are delightful. It is as though we have been transported to the Orient itself. Rather unassuming for a jewelry store.
Damn. He at it again. Barnaby still owes you. If he can't pay in
Locked.
greenback,
No one's here.
he'll pay in blood.
Excuse me, just one question.
Don't remind me of anything. Someone else might help you better, sir.
Excuse me, just one question.
I'm sorry. You should search for answers somewhere else.
Are you able to help me?
I'm bone tired, but yeah, I'll help you.
Це панове кажуть, що Барнабі винен їм кучу собственних грошей. Він відомий алкоголік і саме зараз пиячить у місцевому барі. Налегаю його у кримському кварталі. Його можна впізнати за жовтим капелюхом і зеленим піджаком. Ага. Ну, пошли. Так. Сейчас, скорее всего, не сюда. Найну старик. Бар наливатор.
This place has a Spartan charm, does it not?
It does. My soul will always yearn for London's gloom, but it's... Is this familiar to you?
No, I not heard about that. Sorry.
О, от і сидить, придурок.
Unconscious, but with his eyes open. Look, Watson. The two of you are just alike.
Oh, great. So I look like a haggard alcoholic.
Барновий дім. Запрошує вас взяти участь у закритому аукціоні. Ми раді презентувати колекцію приголомшених чорних алмазів. Будь ласка, зверніться до співробітника банку, якщо маєте запитання. Наполегливо радимо вам одягнути свій лучший наряд і бути тверезим. Ясно. Уже не, собственно. Ще один не прийняте інцидент, і ми можемо...
An idea. First, we'll need Mr. Barnaby's
Та ще буде веселе діло.
Holmes.
Ха, да ладно,
Watson,
от це буде
time is
красиво.
of the essence. You will go to the bank, not as yourself, but as Frank Barnaby.
Holmes, we look nothing alike.
The house will do the heavy lifting. Just stay cool, play the part, and no one will notice the difference. Trust me.
Holmes, must we really indulge in this farce?
Викопаний. Один в один, блін. Довбані глюки, блядь, это пиздец, блядь, я серйозно, блядь. Я в ахуї, блядь, як воно глючить, это
Where's
пиздос.
my cash, Frank?
Заткнись
In
нахуй,
the bartender's tip jar?
ёб твою мать.
Where's the money, Barnaby?
I'll wait
Пизде.
here so as not to arouse suspicion.
Mr. Barnaby.
Right you are. Shop owner.
Right. Your invitation, sir?
Here you go.
You okay, sir? Seem to have the jumps.
I'm in a rush.
Come on in.
Heavens, I've never seen Jim so big.
I simply must.
This might be useful. I'll make a note.
Банковський дім і щось там ще. Ладно.
Morning, sir, and welcome to the E.W. Gray Banking House. The auction will begin shortly. Name's Zoe Clemens, and I'd be delighted to help you.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Clemens. I am Frank Barnaby. I do have some questions, if you don't mind.
Щодо попереднього власника.
Forgive my curiosity, but who was the previous owner?
Sir, I ain't at liberty to disclose them details.
These gems are rather curious. What can you tell me about them?
These rare beauties are black opals, all the way from Coober Pedy, South Australia. When they catch the light, the dark stone becomes a brilliant rainbow. It's something special.
It doesn't say where these stones came from. No provenance, no previous owner. I'm starting to suspect they were illegally procured.
What? We would never. I can assure you these gems were bought from one of New Orleans' most upstanding citizens, a philanthropist no less. If you would like to know more, I could get my manager.
You old dog, Barnaby. Didn't think you'd sober up for the auction. An hour ago, you were 3 sheets to the wind.
Oh, you know, I hold my liquor better than most. And the auction was an important business opportunity.
An important business opportunity. Ha! What have you done with the real Barnaby?
Well, maybe I'm drunker than I thought, mister.
Mister? What's wrong, Frank? You're looking pale. Don't you recognize your old pal, Grub?
Ну да, прям один в один теж мій м'ясний друг, блядь. Велика вовняна шляпа. Шериф. Значок шерифа. Чемпіон золотого револьвера. Ага. Розкішна тканина. Блискучі нігті, блядь, господи, прости. Беззубий пес. Грізний модник. Модник. Ну, по ідеї, і має бути модником.
Of course I know you, Sheriff.
Good. Now, while I have you, there's the matter of your outstanding fines. I've been more than reasonable, but I'm afraid the bills come due.
Fines? Right. I'm afraid I don't have anything on me.
That's funny. Ain't you at the auction? I weren't born yesterday, Frank. Now, assault, battery, disorderly conduct, that's serious stuff. You got off easy, but if you don't pay up, things get a whole lot worse.
Look, Sheriff, I'm not actually...
Whoa. Think careful now, 'cause Frank Barnaby only owes us cash. But fraud, impersonation, that's weasel behavior. And you know what we do to weasels round these parts. Feed 'em to the gators. So, Frank, what's it gonna be?
Here's all I have.
Mighty fine of you. The people of this parish deserve peace. They don't take kindly to visitors. Don't miss that boat tomorrow morning, Doctor.
Давай, до удачі, блін. Доктор, блядь.
I told you, Holmes. I told you it was a bad plan. Now we're penniless and wanted criminals.
Hysteria gets us nowhere, Watson. Tell me what happened.
The sheriff saw right through me.
You know,
He
I
knew
think
who I
the
was
look
from the
actually
start.
compliments you.
Extorted
Why
me for
bother
every
changing
coin
it?
I had.
Bah, all that matters is what you learned about the gems.
I shan't discuss it while still wearing that blighter's clothes. I'm going back to the boat to get changed.
Don't want to be rude, but even the man upstairs can smell you.
Ага. Так, и куда? Вибачте, дальше. Прошу пробачення, господи. Зустріч із шерифом. Круто.
Could you help me?
No, I've not heard about that. Sorry.
Ясно. Починається, блядь.
Don't want to be rude, but even the man upstairs can smell you.
Could you help me?
I don't wish to be rude, but I don't have a clue about this.
Ви не знаєте, де у вас, блін, шериф знаходиться?
What makes you think I can be of any help?
Ясно, блядь. Ах, ёб твою мать.
Help me, please.
I don't wish to be rude, but I don't have a clue about this.
Ясно, блядь.
Are you able to help me?
Sorry, mister, can't help you. Ask someone else.
Just tell me what you've learned.
No, no! Was that your luggage again? I don't understand. We just got it back in order.
A pox on the crew.
Блядь, твою ж мать.
Oh, bollocks, now our clothes are in the bloomin' water.
It was like the luggage had legs of its own. Oh, Mr. Pratchett will have my head.
I ain't sure what you did to the sheriff, but it must have been something real hairy to have him chuck your luggage off the pier.
With respect, miss, have we met before?
If you were the real Frank Barnaby, yeah, we would have. But where are my manners? I'm Lucy.
Якщо ж неудобно зараз вже сидіти.
I didn't mean to be rude. I've just had a difficult day, miss.
Well, it's barely noon. And you've already made an enemy in Sheriff Grubb. The man starves his gators just in case someone crosses him. John who?
Watson.
Well, Johnny, if you plan on sticking around, you better change that suit, or Frank's reputation will catch up with you. And then you'll be a John Doe.
Alas, I think one of those gators is currently devouring my spare clothes.
You got yourself in a fine pickle. All right, come on board the Nymph of Louisiana, and I'll sort you something to wear.
The nymph? Is that what it sounds like? Why are you helping me?
Well, let's just say you ain't the only one who's had run-ins with the sheriff. Way I see it, this city deserves better. Now quit your stalling and head on over to the Nymph. I'll be in room 6.
This Mr. Barnaby is proving rather useful. Perhaps you're not so different after all.
One more word, Holmes, and I'll hand you over to the sheriff.
Sorry, was that John talking or Frank?
Oh,
It was
go
like the
annoy
luggage
someone
had
else while
legs
I
of its
visit
own.
the nymph.
Oh, Mr. Pratchett will have my head.
А понять би, де вона. Ага, во. Повезло.
Always a pleasure to see you regular, Mr. Barnaby. Welcome home.
Well, look at you. All dressed up with nowhere to go.
I can't thank you enough. As I was saying, our journey has hardly gone to plan. We seem no closer to finding our missing people than when we left.
Well, if there were anything to know, Champagne'll know it. She's across everything in New Orleans. Look for her in the fisherman's village behind the Creole Quarter.
Thank you again, Lucy. I shall make my way there now.
Good luck, Johnny. Keep out of trouble.
Ah, forgive me, Watson. The difference is plain as day. What a remarkable transformation from Barnaby.
If we're critiquing wardrobes, Holmes, maybe you can explain why you used to roll just one sleeve up. Did you get bored halfway through?
Where you at, gentlemen? Here to enjoy yourselves?
Кажуть, що Шампаль живе в рибальському кварталі у Хітині на човні. У неї є 2 собаки. Понятно, на човні. Човні і так далі. Ага.
I'm gonna die. Gonna die.
Are you all right, sir?
It'll come again. I will die.
What happened?
The lower of death came to me last night. I know it will come again.
Let's start from the beginning. My name is Sherlock Holmes. Could you describe last night's events for me?
I'm Cole Seabrook. It was Maman Brigitte. She came to me in the shape of a giant black rooster. Before that, some hit the wall outside. Then she came in. She took my will and she led me to the water.
Perhaps you were dreaming?
I wish I was. The great gator was there. It called me and I couldn't resist, but then the spell broke and I managed to crawl ashore.
Interesting.
I know how it sounds to an outsider, but it was the lower of death and it ain't finished with me.
You mentioned a lower. What is that exactly?
You outsiders only know one God. But there are many and we call them lowers. And Maman Brigitte is one of them. She's the lower of death and life. She heals the righteous and punishes the guilty.
Did you feel anything apart from fear last night?
Yeah. The signs of Mamon's presence.
Poor bird crashed against Cole's house. The damage is recent.
Hopefully we won't stumble upon the sheriff.
There are too many imprints here. It's hard to say where he did or didn't go. Supper leftovers. It's not a simple tea. A herbal concoction, rather.
Black tea seems not to be very popular here.
Some chewing tobacco leaf. Cheap and strong brew. Judging by the facial features, Cole and one of his relatives. With William in Shreveport, 1879. He dropped a cup here. This one is almost odorless. It smells sweet. Cold ground herbs here. Interesting. I will take it just in case.
I would love to learn more about these. The healing properties of some herbs are truly amazing.
Змішати в однакових пропорціях золотушник, листя полуниці, квіти жасміну.
And some are extremely dangerous.
Так, що сталося з вашим чоловіком?
Your boat is wrecked. What happened?
Well, I stumbled over a cypress root.
You'd need some force to cause that damage.
Yeah. And to be really down on your luck.
Ви пили минулої
I
ночі?
must ask you, did you have a drink last night?
No, sir, I didn't take a sip. It all happened before I went to bed, and I only drink to fall asleep. That's just how it is lately.
Цікаво, блядь.
It's quite hot here, isn't it, ladies?
Блін, а що я пропускаю? От це питаннячко. М.
I'm cursed, sir.
Я не знаю. М.
Tocqueville? Lafayette! Hush now. No offense, Sheriff. Them two don't take kindly to gents. Especially foreigners. How can champagne help you? Trip to the bayou? Feeding a huge crocodile?
Some other time, perhaps. Word has it you know everything that goes on round these parts.
Maybe. Maybe not. What you want to know?
The bank in town recently purchased a valuable collection of gemstones from a wealthy man. What do you know of it?
Sure. I hear everything. This time I tell you for free. Next time, you pay.
Thank you.
May have been 1, 2 weeks ago. Rich man's butler sold him some black opals.
And this rich man is?
Don't know his name, only that he from the French Quarter. Folk back in town could take you there. That's all I know. You need a boat? I hire 'em out for dollars. Or a bottle of you know what.
Thank you for the offer and the help.
Careful. Nolans may look welcoming, but not every smile is friendly.
Так, допустим. Ну а тут що? Свершилось. Означає Арсен. Найімовірніше продавцем самоцвітів, який підписався в лотерею, а в телеграмі з Едельвейсу був є Арсен з французького кварталу. Допустим. Допустим. А, во, нашовся, ё-моё. Скотина. Думаю, вот падло. О, крокодилчик нынче. Чи душніна, блять.
Cole was having dinner. He was alone. The herbal decoction started to affect him. He became dizzy and dropped the cup. Hallucinations and stimulation brought him outside. He could have drowned if not for the sobering effects of the cold water.
Ага. Ясно.
Sir?
Cole, I am sure that you were alone last night. The Lowers were not with you.
Well, what else could you say?
I didn't say that I disbelieve you. I'm wondering about this recipe.
It's just herbal tea. I went to Mr. Samdi and he gave me the recipe to help calm my heart.
Is he a doctor?
He is a voodooist. It was risky, but all I wanted was some sleep.
Where can I find him?
On the side of the church at one of the entrances to the Fisherman's Quarter. Look for a Veve sign, but watch what you say. He has the power of voodoo.
I'll be careful.